Testing, 1, 2, test, 1, 2, test. Good. Roll you up there.
Well, that's
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna put my sweater on.
Whenever she's ready.
Right here.
Okay, meeting, please come to order. Brookridge Community Property. It is 7:00. We are going to get up and say the pledge. Also, when we have our moment of silence, one of our members who belonged to the ACC committee, Greg Barella, passed away last Friday. So I know Greg, and of course his wife for 47 years. And I was over there today. Her son has come down from New Jersey, so we're trying to go through a lot of things to help her out because right now the poor thing is lost. But anyways, okay, can we please stand up? Let's take a moment in silence, please.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Okay, thank everyone for coming out tonight. We have our agenda and then we'll have members' comments later on. Okay, call to order. Okay, we have, is anyone recording? No? Okay, where? Oh, Peter, okay, see, I didn't see you back there, Pete. Okay, our minutes. We've gone through our minutes, Catherine, Linda, and, Richard. Are there any corrections or changes in the minutes of Wednesday, June 19th? None?
None.
Okay, do I have a vote?
Make a motion.
Make a motion?
I motion we accept the minutes as written for June 19th.
Yes.
And June 27th, 2024.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, any phones, please silence them or put them on mute. Okay, next we do have some correspondence, letter from the men's club. Terry, you want me to read it? You want to read it? Okay. Okay, we have,
Are you gonna be over
here? Well, I think it's, maybe it's the vibe on the TV. Do we have like?
Now we got ready to turn you down.
Now, oh, yeah, that was fine.
okay, here we go. This was received on July 2nd, 2024. To BCPO Board of Directors. We have been asked to take over the October yard sale. And will agree to do so if you agree to the following. Are we getting married? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, number one, we will hold the sale outside in the west parking lot. We will donate all of the table sales that we use from the clubhouse directly to the BCPO, approximately $300. Other sales that we make will go into the men's club treasury for our club to donate to projects, other clubs, or park needs as they are presented to us. It will still be held on October 12th from 8 to 1, with the rain date being October 13th. We are not able to have the car show this year, and we're looking for something to fill the date. I would like to ask that we use all the white 8-foot tables for this event, and that they will be available at 7 a.m. to be placed in the proper places in the parking lot. We will take care of placing them outside if the clubhouse staff could bring them to the double doors. At this time, I would like to request the hall for a Super Bowl party on February 9th. We already have the hall reserved for this if you approve it. There will be no cost to attend, only if they want to buy Share the Wealth or Game squares. Sincerely, Lauren Williams, President, Brookridge Men's Club. I make a motion to allow the Brookridge Men's Club to take over the October yard sale. The date will remain the same, October 12th from 8 to 1. This event will be open to all Brookridge residents and outside guests. I make a motion to allow the Brook.
Wait, we gotta do
One at a time, okay, I'm gonna have a motion.
So you second. Okay, so can I say something about
Go
that?
ahead, Catherine.
It says October 12th.
Can hear you, can hear you.
She took my mic. Okay, it says October 12th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., but up above, it says rain date will be October 13th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., so doesn't that have to be in motion? No. You think I'm right? Okay, so do we just, okay, so I make a motion to allow the Brookridge Men's Club to take over the October yard sale. The date will remain the same, October 12th, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Unless it rains, then the date will be October 13th, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event will be open to all Brookridge residents and outside guests.
I make a motion to approve.
I second that.
Richard?
Um,
All in favor?
well, you all got a second, so are you gonna,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
aye?
We have to share that microphone. Okay. Sorry, you can take mine.
Okay. All right, number 2. I make a motion to allow the Brookridge Men's Club to hold a Super Bowl party on February 9th, 2025. The time is yet to be determined. It will be based on what time the Super Bowl will be held. You have a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Wait, you have to have discussion.
We have to have,
Motion, second, discussion.
It's all over to us, guys.
we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Okay, any discussion?
Any discussion?
Richard?
Richard?
Any
I
discussion?
don't have any discussion if any members do.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'll,
Okay, you guys got it. You're welcome. Okay. I now have correspondence letter from the Brookridge Veterans Committee. And I just want to let you guys know that I also belong to the 708 as their adjutant. So I know all about this good stuff. Okay, Marine Corps League 708, Make-A-Wish for Veterans in Assisted Living Facilities. Dear BCPO Board of Directors, did you know that most residents in assisted living facilities turn over their Social Security check and only receive $40 a month for personal needs, and the facilities do not always provide any or many extras? They have very little discretionary funds to purchase the extras that the facilities do not supply. Marine Corps League 708 has started a Make-A-Wish list campaign. This program's purpose is to provide special needs wishes for veterans residing in these facilities. They will be placing Make-A-Wish suggestion boxes in several homes in which a veteran resident can place a slip of paper with their Make-A-Wish on it, perhaps a picture frame for a loved one's photo, sweater, cologne, lotion, etc. Getting to this, we do have boxes up at the 708 also that we are taking in donations up there. It's anything that can help out these veterans who really do not have anything. You'd be surprised. I went to 3 of them already. The 708 has taken over, has taken 7 of the homes right now. And by year's end, we hope to have 10 within the next year or two. The commandant up there would like to see 20 to 30 homes. We, the Brookridge Veterans Committee, would like to participate in collecting requested items and place Make-A-Wish donation boxes within the clubhouse and administration office for 1 month period at a time at various times of each calendar year. For the remainder of 2024, we would like to place boxes during the month of August 1st to August 31st, 2024. Each box will have an attached list of items requested from the Make-A-Wish program from the veterans in 7 of the Hernando County assisted living facilities. Eventually, the Marine Corps League 708 are planning on adding all the assisted living facilities within Hernando County, which could be about 40 homes. The boxes will be checked on a weekly basis to avoid overflow, etc. The Marine Corps League headquarters is located at 8405 Sunshine Grove Road in Brooksville. For more information regarding the program specifics, please feel free to contact Jim Rocco. And I have his number, I'll read it, but anyone wants it after the meeting, I'll give it to you. It's 352-263-7017. Bot's primary contact is Fred Hoffman at 757-500-3375. Bot's secondary contact is Rosemary Basteri, 352-200-5697. Thank you for your attention to our request. BCPO Veterans Committee submitted at the request of Fred Hoffman. Are there any discussions?
Yes.
Catherine?
Make a motion, sir.
I'll make a motion.
I make a motion to allow the Brookridge Veterans Committee to place Make-A-Wish donation boxes within the clubhouse and administration office for one period at a time at various times of each calendar year.
We did leave out a word on there, it should say a 1 month period at a time.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
No.
Discussion.
Oh, discussion, we have one. All right. Do we have a discussion?
Yes.
Catherine?
Okay, I read this and I absolutely love the idea, I think it's great. The only problem that I have with it, and I did check this to make sure, where you've got the boxes listed as Make-A-Wish, I'm not sure if anybody's aware of the fact, but they have a Make-A-Wish Foundation that is global. And although I called to find out if this would create a problem with the name, because their name is landmarks for them. Yes, so I thought maybe, why can't we just put wish list instead of putting Make-A-Wish? Because I don't want to open ourselves up to have, to having them come to us.
I was thinking the same thing, but you said it first.
Well, see, you gotta join the discussion, Millie.
That's why we have these
We
discussions.
have these discussions. Okay, now you have more of a valid point. Yes, you did.
So should we speak with Fred about this and see if we can change that to put the boxes where, I mean, we can't speak to anybody else putting the boxes, but the boxes that are gonna go wherever we're gonna be a part of it, can I speak to Fred because I'm the liaison for that?
Well, you're
gonna have, I'm sure a box up here, one or two up here, that on the outside is gonna say wish list, and it's gonna say for assisted living facilities for veterans.
Right.
And then we're also gonna have one, hopefully, or we find room down in the administration building, because these are the only two buildings that we really can utilize.
Mhm.
But again, too, like I said, I'm part of this too with the 708, and, it doesn't matter, whatever you can contribute, whether it's puddings or clothing or toiletries, anything, because I went to two of these facilities. And, yes,
Could they change the name to the Veterans Wish List? That was from Thomas Freeman on YouTube. Change your name to the Veterans Wish List for the box.
I don't know if we can use the veterans, that's who it's for.
Right, I mean, it's up here.
Well,
It's going to 708, right?
You can ask them when you go, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know exactly, what the, language is up at the 708. I mean, I'll be there this Saturday, because they do have boxes in the hallway, with something on the front. I'll check it out.
I think we need to get a clarification
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. I'm going to go through, let's just make sure this is right. But we will take all donations, so we're not gonna stop and,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to allow the
Where
Brookridge.
do the donations go? Do the donations go in a box, or do they go in some centralized place?
Okay.
The boxes for the suggestion.
All right, Richard, the boxes, when we collect our donations, will be here at the clubhouse and down in the administration building. And what happens is that I believe these will then be brought up to the 708 where they have tables laid out for each facility to see who's gonna get what and how much and stuff like that, because I've already seen it.
It's like the Toys for Tot boxes. They're big boxes.
Similar, yes, yes. Similar, yes.
Oh, we gotta change the motion, right?
Yeah, you gotta change it. Richard? Yes, dear.
Rich Stratton, U3, could you please read over the part that they give their money and they only get $80, the veteran?
They get 40.
40.
And they give up their social security?
Yes.
What if the guys that they're making $3,200 on social security?
I don't think he'll be there.
Well, I mean, I don't think.
These are veterans that have, how can I say, for lack of, I don't know if they have families, if they don't, but these veterans are there because there is no other place for them to go.
So they're gonna give up all their money
Yes, they
and
do.
get $40 a month.
Yes.
Nobody will buy shipping supplies.
Well, that's what this is all about.
I hope so.
Yes.
But these guys fought for our country. They should get more than that.
I
And
agree.
it's not just veterans, when my mom was in her assisted living,
Absolutely. And the thing is, if anyone ever, knows where the Marine Corps League 708 is up there on Sunshine Grove Road, just take a ride up there. And as soon as you walk through the doors, you're gonna see boxes and boxes of stuff that has already been donated. Men and women, yes, yes. It could be food, clothing, toiletries, blankets, anything. They don't have anything. They sit, unfortunately, they sit in, a lot of them in their wheelchairs during the day. Maybe they have a TV and maybe they don't. I've seen this. I've seen it firsthand.
Okay, so, I make a motion that we table the, Brookridge Veterans Committee to place a box, a Make-A-Wish box until the name is decided upon. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of this tomorrow.
Okay.
do we need to table it or just put in there that the name's gotta change because our next meeting,
Isn't it until next month?
Oh, it is until
and
next
they
month.
wanna start this August first.
We'll lose days if you, table.
So change the motion to, I make a motion to allow Brookridge Veterans Committee to place a wish box once the name is resolved within the clubhouse and the admin office for a 1 month period of time at various times throughout each calendar year.
Okay, because it is for assisted living facilities, so we're helping them out.
Where we're gonna post the list.
What they're doing now is on some of the boxes up at the 708, they have a list of things. I'm gonna be going up there, I'll probably go there tomorrow and I'll make copies of these lists. And this way, Arlene will have them down there and they'll have them up here in the clubhouse, but where the boxes are gonna be located. We're gonna tape them on the front of the boxes. This way you'll have an idea.
Jerry can put it on the neighborhood thing.
I'm sure.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, when we get it out there, the more the merrier. The more people that know about us, the better off we are. The veterans, yes.
Okay, that's good.
All
All
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Richard? Okay.
President's report.
I started, looking into a few things here for us. Number one, in next month's News and Views, in your August edition, you will find the new House bills that have been passed as of July 1st, which pertain to us. A lot of them pertain to condos and townhouses. These bills pertain to us. They'll be in the News and Views and also on the website. I do have, a few copies up here. It has to do with personal space and golf carts and about 6 different bills. So if anybody's interested, I have them up here, but like I said, these will be listed in the News and Views in August and also on the website. And as new bills come about that have anything to do with us as homeowners here, I'll make sure that everyone sees them in the News and Views and in the, on the website. This way everybody can see what's going on. Speaking to, along with the Crime Watch, and I made a few inquiries about, we're always about speeding in here, and we all know this. Okay, made a few inquiries, matter of fact, I was speaking to one, representative from the Hernando County Sheriff's Department this morning. And number one were private roads. That's number one, we all know that. To have a patrol to come in here, this is something that a letter from our lawyer to Hernando County, requesting that they come in here, but that's a long drawn out procedure and it also costs a lot of money to do. So it's not that we're not, we don't know what's going on here. We're just trying to figure out how we can, slow people down. Yeah, we have signs out there. We all know that. What do we do about it? I have asked Peter, the code enforcement. I would like to see with his personnel that we have the code trucks out there with radar running almost 5-6 days a week. I want to see them out there. I want to see them on all the streets, not only on the boulevard, because it happens on every street. I know we're limited to what we can do, but you know what, we're trying. We don't really know what else we could really do as far as the speeding in here. Enforcement, we're trying to enforce it as best as we can, but you know what, you're not gonna get everybody, and unfortunately, that's the way it is. Well, if anybody has any ideas or suggestions on how we can do this, believe me, we'll listen. We will listen. Let's see. Okay, also, I know Vince has prepared a schedule for work to be done next year on some of the side roads here in the community. And also, I know there's additional trees that need to be trimmed, so Vince is going to make a list out of some more trees that need to be some on the boulevard, and then we have some of the side streets. Because of all the weather, bad weather that we had, the rain and winds and stuff, we have to be cognizant of these trees and things coming down, just like we do with our own property. So Vince is working on that, and I appreciate Vince what you do, I really do, and Arlene too. I know you guys work a lot together. But outside of that, we're just keep going. I know I have to give hats off to our finance committee. Linda, our treasurer, I don't think there's any more hoops she could jump through at this point. And also Rosemary and everyone, I don't want to leave anybody else on this finance committee. They are working so hard, going line item by line item, department by department, trying to figure out what needs to be done, what has to be done, and even for the future. But it's time, painstaking, it's taking a lot of time, and all I ask is our residents, just be patient. We'll get it done. It's gonna take time, But we'll get it done. You can't live in the past, whatever happened, happened. We're facing it today, and we're gonna face it, and we're gonna do it. That's it. Okay.
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay. My turn. Treasurer's report. I've been on a long journey the last 30 days. And I know everyone is waiting for updated figures on where the finances stand here in Brookridge. Seems like there has been one stumbling block after another. Regions Bank. There was only one signature on that account in Westbrook's. We had a hard time locating the account numbers for the accounts at Regions Bank. There is not one bank statement for any of the accounts that Brookridge has at various banks. So you're asking yourself, how are the accounts being reconciled? Good question, they haven't been. The Finance Committee has been working on the budget for 2025. They ask for line item reports, and when I get those reports and review them, all I can do is shake my head at the number of mistakes that I've uncovered. I've suggested to the GM, just like the Finance Committee has suggested for over a year, that we need a qualified bookkeeper that is knowledgeable in HOAs. We have a new IT tech in place, and he has been working on the computers all week, and he has uncovered more than was expected. All the computers were not operating on the same version of QuickBooks, so there is a possibility that some of the reports that the Finance Committee and I have been working on may not be correct. The 2021 board purchased 9 computers for the admin office, costing $11,981.25. September the 3rd, 2021 from TMH, which was a cost of $1,331.25 per computer, which were not new computers, but refurbished 2013 computers. The computers with Windows 7, they had Windows 7, they were updated to Windows 10. These computers cannot be upgraded to Windows 11 because of the age of the computers. That is why they've been having so many issues with the computers. Then to top it off, not all the computers had the same version of QuickBooks, I already told you that. We will be getting costs to replace those computers with new, not refurbished computers. Jones and Company, the accounting firm that reviews our books, has not completed the year 2023 so that the books can be closed out. We paid them $5,996.20 in 2023, and we have paid them so far in 24, $2,516.80. They have not corrected any of the mistakes that have occurred so far in 24, let alone the ones that have occurred in previous years. We have interviewed 3 accounting firms, but they will not be able to take over until Jones and Company has completed their review of 2023 and closed the books out. The audit is still not completed. The person doing the review has requested additional information, and one item is bank statements. I was able to get all the statements except the ones from Regions Bank, since we have not resolved the problem we have encountered with them. We have received 3 bids for gates, didn't get them in time to put them on the agenda for tonight. Our governing documents have been reviewed by the lawyer's office and need major work completed on them to make them in compliance with the new HOA laws. Until we get everything resolved at Regions Bank, and I know what funds are in the bank and the interest we have earned, I cannot give an accurate amount of money we have and interest earned. Then the next step is to make sure that all the corrections are completed in QuickBooks to know where we stand. Like I said, I've been on a long journey and haven't made it all the way home yet. Your patience is greatly appreciated in all that has been uncovered in the last 30 days, and I will continue working on getting the corrections made to the books. As of 7/15/2024, the accounts that I'm able to get statements on: Edward Jones, Brandon Bank, Truist, Capital City Bank, that's the donated Amber Money Market, Bank OZK. We have $3,204,334.48. Hopefully tomorrow, I will know what we've got in Regions Bank and how many accounts. I have no idea until we get that resolved. And hopefully Millie and I is gonna get that done tomorrow. It will be my 7th trip to Regions.
And their finance committee. Really, a lot of work.
New business appointment.
Okay, our next,
I had a question on that.
oh, sure. You wanna come up here, please?
I get too loud.
No, you have to give us your name and your unit number.
Have to be on YouTube. Yes, we need you on television.
Hi, I'm Melody Quick, I'm in Unit 1 with Judy and Terry, and I just have a question. Every committee that I have been on, we've always had at least 2 to 3 deep on bank accounts. Are we doing that now?
Yes, we are.
How many do we have signed to it? 1, 2, 3?
2 on some, 3 on the others.
Okay. It's usually advisable to cover everybody? Great. Okay, that's my concern, thank you.
Not going through this problem again. And once it's resolved and I find out what the maturity date, I don't know if it's a CD or money market, but whatever we've got in Regions Bank, when I can safely take it out, it's coming out. So I'm asking for approval to move that money ahead of time.
Okay, you have anyone else right now? Okay, this is going, the next business is going to be the appointment of unit rep. Elizabeth Betcove, is she here? Okay, Elizabeth, gonna come up, I'm gonna swear you in. Let me read this first. July 17, 2024. As per the Brookridge Rules and Regulations, C, Roles and Responsibilities, Section 9, Unit Representative. The unit representatives are an elected, appointed group of members whose purpose is to assist board with communication and special projects, promote improvements and community pride, and serve as voting clerk as necessary. There are currently vacancies for the positions of unit rep. We have received a resume, and it's attached here from Elizabeth Betcove to fill one of the vacancies. Okay, my recommendation is to approve and appoint Elizabeth Betcove to fill this vacancy.
Motion to appoint.
Motion to appoint Elizabeth Betcove to the Brookridge unit reps. Now I'll swear you in. Second,
Second.
all in favor? See, I'll look over all these notes tonight when I get home. Gotta do this again. Okay, Elizabeth, raise your right hand. I, Elizabeth Betcove,
I, Elizabeth Beckles,
do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the governing documents of Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated?
yes,
That you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership.
Yes.
Do you swear, I didn't know your hand, by the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you as duly appointed and officially installed into the office.
Glad to have you on board.
Okay, board agenda topic, this is for the ACC appointment. The ACC needs volunteers. A resume has been received and reviewed by the committee. Recommendation, approve appoint Linda Brower to ACC. I make a motion to appoint Linda to the ACC.
I'll second.
Richard? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, will Linda come up? Is Linda here? Okay. Okay, Linda, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the governing documents of Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated? That you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership. You may lower your hand. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you as duly appointed to the ACC committee and officially installed. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, Linda,
We have a big decision to make in regards to our guardhouse.
I need to talk to you regarding that also.
Okay?
okay.
It needs to be updated. What it really needs is to be torn down and a new one put up. We know it's a lot of expense. It's a concrete cinder block building. Correct, it is? There was damage to the roof that wasn't properly corrected. And now we have a mold problem in those cinder blocks. So we got to do some investigating to see if that can be taken care of to get the mold out and where we have to go with our next steps. The electrical is updated, plumbing has not been updated. They need all new counters. They're also gonna be in need of some computers eventually because they're all 2013 computers. So it's something for the residents to start thinking about. If we have to use the Spectrum money, I think that's where we need to start. If it comes down to completely replacing it, we wouldn't do anything until after we find out what the new configuration is going to be of the road coming in when they put the development in. So it's something down the line, but something the residents need to think about.
Richard, this is all fact finding right now.
I understand that, and I'm a little perturbed about things. I don't even know if we should actually call it a guard shack. Maybe we should just call it a gatehouse, because there's no guarding going on. They're not guarding against damages, that they should be reporting when stuff happens, which doesn't make me feel happy about it. And I went over a meeting that we had, March 26th, the board meeting when Jim Westbrook was still alive and kicking. And he brought up the fact of interior rehab, and there was an option C, priced at $3,035 via Dave out of Spring Hill, who was licensed, bonded and insured. And Linda, you had brought up the electrical upgrades, which I know had been done, and that had been taken care of. Then the bathroom floor was supposed to be replaced, countertop resurfacing, new top shelving and existing cabinets, painting, which is really resurfacing, adding a closet and a new high-rise toilet. All that stuff we approved back in March. And we just put in the sliding glass doors were gotten in December and put on. So we've done an engine overhaul, we put on new tires, and now we're gonna junk it, which doesn't make me happy at all. I think we should look into remediation first on any mold issues, and then before we decide to just demolish and start over and give them a Taj Mahal that they can't take care of. You know, we have to have responsible individuals in there checking people in and making sure any damages, there's reports filled out and that we know about. You know, so that we can collect insurance from those truckers or whoever it is that damages our property. That's my 2 cents.
We didn't say we were gonna start this tomorrow. This is something to be thinking about that needs to be done in the near future if everybody goes along with it. It's possibly something we might have to put on the ballot to vote on. Yes, Mary?
Mary Stewart, Unit 6. I can understand putting everything on the back burner, looking into it. I think the one thing, as Rick said, we do have to do is get insurance out here or something and get rid of that mold. These are our residents, these are our employees. That they should not be in that environment.
No,
And I think that has to be a priority right now to get an idea of what that's gonna cost, get that cleaned up. And insurance may cover, we may have coverage under the insurance for it if we look into it. But the rest we can think about, but that I would not wait till the road is widened or anything, Linda. We need that one done ASAP.
Oh, yes, that would be it. Yeah, because we don't need our residents that work in there breathing that in all the time.
No, and I just wanted to add to Millie's meeting with, there's an employment meeting tomorrow, and they're talking about, the appropriate way to be able to, for a better, see, my brain is mush right now. We've gone through so many things to better do their jobs, how we can make sure that they know what the protocols are and how to do that. There have been 4 unreported accidents to Gatehouse. That money could have added up to a whole lot as far as renovating and making sure that the gatehouse was up to a standard versus where it is now. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that Millie's having the employment day tomorrow to be able to deal with the employees, to make sure that they know the protocol, and that and that it definitely does need to be talked about on what we're gonna do to move forward, and who's gonna be checking whose work to make sure that the work actually gets done. Because we have there's nothing on the March 26th, Richard and I have both gone through it, that states who's gonna be responsible for checking into that to make sure that that work that we already agreed to pay for was done. So we don't know
That work
right
has
now.
not been done, they halted that work.
Okay,
The only thing that was done was the electric.
So we can put the one down.
Pardon? No, we haven't paid a penny to them.
The doors were done.
yeah,
The doors were done, but as far as
That's it.
the doors were done, but they're having huge difficulties closing them. Once the sun gets on them, because they're wet from the accidents, it swells, so you can't close or open those doors. So that winds up being a problem for the AC, for everything in the guard shack, the gatehouse to be able to.
What accident? What accident?
The only accidents that we're aware of, there were 3 truck accidents that took place that I'm aware of, and then one where somebody jumped part of, and I don't know what the damage was from that one, but you can see, and I took Millie and Linda, we walked over, and we checked out 2 of the spots where the roof was hit by a truck, a tall truck. No, there was never a report on that. That's why I'm saying the employees need to know what the protocol is so we can access their insurance company because they're the ones that hit the building. So that's what it created a problem.
Okay, this is, and I'm not singling anyone out, none of us on the board are either. We're trying to get things to run the way they're supposed to run. Reports, not reports, whatever. Tomorrow morning, with the board here, I'm holding a, meeting with code enforcement and all the employees under code enforcement. And we're going to go through, and they're all gonna have pamphlets tomorrow on the do's and the don'ts. And what you should be doing and what is expected of you in that position. Because all of us know here from, at one time or another, we had to account to our boss on reports or something going on. And if we did, we had hell to pay because we were called into the office. Some of these things will be addressed tomorrow morning. I just want, as the president and as a board member and as a homeowner here, to make sure that, our people are being taken care of. They're not being abused like they are out there, and I know that they are. But you know what? There's protocol to follow. If something, is not right, you call your supervisor. Don't let it not go. That's the worst thing you could do, and then, we find out about it a month later, and then there's nothing we can do. There's do's and don'ts on any job. So tomorrow, with Peter and his staff, it's going to be all lined out. Okay, this is what you do, this is what is expected of you. And if you have any problems for whatever, you go to your supervisor. You go to your supervisor. You don't go to, I'm not going to go to Linda because she's not going to be able to help me. You go to your supervisor if they're a problem. If for some reason it can't be resolved, we have a general manager here. She's in charge of everything that goes on here, and this is who we go to. So this is what this is going to be all about tomorrow, informal, but I think for so long, things have gone away here, and we have to rein it back in. So this is what this is tomorrow.
Don't we film?
At the podium.
You can't hear me. Please, what the podium, please?
Okay, just to make a point, this is for personnel, not personal, personnel.
Robin Napier, Unit 3. What about, don't we film at the gate? Don't they film as the people are coming in? So wouldn't we have a record of, doesn't it go back in time, who ran into us?
You would think.
Oh,
That's
Okay,
what
was-
that rocket.
okay, so that's what we're gonna check on, right?
Yes, after a lot of stuff.
All right, good, thank you.
I didn't put my, yeah, I never would start it this month. First Thursday of the month. Well, I get to say.
Okay,
The first Thursday in the month, I don't know what it is. 9 is it 9? 9 o'clock?
Thursday?
9 o'clock.
Thursday?
okay,
Thursday?
First Thursday. First Thursday.
Is that every first Thursday?
yes.
Then we need to change line dancing.
Uh-oh.
You can't have line dancing at 9 o'clock. You won't be able to hear it in board meeting.
Line dancing.
How long line dancing go?
We used to have it on Tuesday mornings,
How long was line dancing go?
2 hours.
I'm at 11.
Hmm?
I'm at 11 o'clock.
Well, we'll have to talk to Patrona, right, to find out
Yeah.
what time, right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll
then
let
I talked to
everybody know what we're
Richard.
talking about, because I don't want to leave you guys in the dark.
Yeah.
We plan the first Thursday of every month to have, a workshop. And it's gonna be at 9 o'clock, but now we're seeing that there may be a conflict in the time frame. So we'll make sure that everybody is aware, once we're aware of when we're gonna be able to utilize the room, the
Yeah,
space.
we'll get it out there on the website.
They used to have it on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock, every first Tuesday of the month.
That's line dancing too, right?
They're at 11:15.
Right.
Yeah, so this plenty of time at 9 o'clock on Tuesday.
Go back to evenings.
Yeah, we
No,
can't
that's
do
the
Tuesday
next one,
morning because that's a
Tuesdays.
conflict with the board. And then, but we can do Thursday morning, but we'll see how we can pull it together with
Yeah,
Patrona.
sure, yes.
Okay?
Yeah, Patrona didn't think there would be a problem when I talked to her.
Well, I'm being told that we're gonna have it, so everybody just be here the first Thursday.
I mean, I'm moving.
We'll announce
I don't
it.
know when.
Oh, all right. See, I thought she was making an executive decision. So, sorry about that, guys. We'll let you know.
Anyway, we're planning on going back to the workshop meeting.
Yes. The workshop.
The BOD workshop meeting.
Yeah. Instead of the town halls, we're going back to the workshops. So, instead of doing the town halls, we are going back to the workshops. All well?
I can't do Tuesdays. I'm up at the 7:08 on Tuesdays. We're gonna have it, Please clarify what day it's gonna be.
Okay, at this point, I know it's not gonna be a Tuesday.
Okay.
Line dancing, Vince, you said it's from 9 to 11? Can we have it after 11
Yeah, I'm sure.
on Monday?
On Monday?
Oh, Thursday? All right, let's look at, nothing's wrong with Wednesday, as long as the Patrona has something available for us. We're gonna check with
Yeah.
Patrona.
Monday, here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have exercising from 11:30 to 9:45. 8:30 to 9:45, every Wednesday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday, you have line dancing in the North Hall from, I think it's 10:30 to 12:30. And then on Thursday, they're in here from 9 o'clock or 9:30 to 11:30. Somewhere, we always had workshops on Tuesday from 9 to 11, 9 to whatever in the South Hall. But if you get line dancing in here at the same time, you will not be able to hear the board meeting.
If they're not in here on Wednesday until 10:30, could we do it on Wednesday at 9?
No, because you got exercise in here. Oh, they want to have it in the morning, they want to have it in the morning, not the evening.
Is 10 o'clock open on Wednesday? Exercise interfere with them being over there? It's not loud.
What?
When they do exercise.
Yes, it has, you got music going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they're done by 9:30.
Yeah, but the parking is going at 9:30.
In that room.
Right, exactly.
What time is exercise? For Wednesday, you say, what's this?
Okay, see, the thing is, there were a lot of people that couldn't come during the day, and some can't come at night. So, which is the lesser of two? We're trying to accommodate everybody so that everybody hears everything, whether it be morning or night. This is,
How about?
You want to try Wednesday at 10 o'clock every day, every first Wednesday?
what is it, Vince? Wednesday what?
Wednesday at 10 o'clock,
Sold.
we can try.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Don't forget, we have the finance committee meetings on Wednesdays at 10.
Well, finance committee meeting can move.
Something here right now.
I motion that we just talk to Patrona, see what she's got, and then we'll go back to you guys.
Okay.
Rock and roll, girl.
Rock and roll. You're in charge of that, then.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the employee contract discussion. We're all waiting for this. We're not going nowhere, Karen. We're all in this together. Okay, after many hours and quite a few weeks, it seems that, this was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Does the employee have a contract? Doesn't the employee have a contract? I don't know. I never seen it, whatever. Bottom line is, there was a contract signed. Done. There is to be no more discussion on this. We took care of it. We know what happened. Unfortunately, we weren't involved in this. There was something that I was supposedly involved in, didn't know nothing about it, so I'm sticking up for myself here. But as far as the contract, yes, Vince does have a contract, signed, sealed, and delivered, legal, and everything else. So, if there's any questions on it, say it now or forever. Let's drop it. Let's go on. Let's go on. Up. Okay. I'll answer you the best that we can. This is, that's all I can say at this point.
That's all I wanted. That's all I asked for 3 times. 3 times, thank you. And Vince, it was never against you, and I even personally told you that. It was the truth, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Name and unit number, ma'am in the blue.
Robin
Napier, unit 3. Thank you, Robin Napier, unit 3, for those on YouTube.
Mary Story, Unit 6. I have one question for this current board. Now that one management employee has a contract, do you plan on allowing the other management in this development to have contracts? Because what's fair is fair.
Okay, that's something, Mary, that we will look into.
It's only fair.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. Let's get through this budget process, because we can't really add a little bit more on there. But as far as the supervisors, I'm talking about Arlene as our general manager, who should have a contract, that's my feelings. And possibly Peter in code enforcement, because he is a supervisor over 20 to 25 people. You have to be fair with people if you want them to give you, and not because of the money, but your employees have to know that you're with them. you value them. You know, don't push them aside because they do this. Everybody's equal. Everybody puts their pants on the same way every day. Every day. So you know what, those of us that were management for so many years, we know how to treat our people. And you know what, if you can't treat them, you don't belong in that position. That's the way I feel. But you know what, we will look into it for Arlene and for Peter. Thank you, Mary.
Jerry Kraft, you have one, is this the only contract that was signed between the board and the employee?
Yes, it is, and that's where it stands today, and I'm not gonna address this anymore today. That's it, we're done.
What more is there to say?
And then, David Henry, Unit 4, will this be posted on the website under Florida statutes required to post all contracts?
All contracts.
David Henry from Unit 4, will it be posted on our website under the new Florida statutes requiring us to post all contracts?
Yes, it will.
Yay. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the report of directors, committee reports, projects. Okay.
Okay, first of all, I don't know how many of you can stand up, but anyone that wants to stand up, if you haven't seen the suggestion boxes out back, they're both on the table that you guys signed in on. There's gonna be one in the clubhouse here. Vince has told me that he'll take care of that, because I'm not, technologically, I'm not none of those, I can't screwdrivers and all that. But, and then there's gonna be one in the office, the admin office. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to make sure that everybody's putting their suggestions in there. And it's been brought to my attention that, people may not have some positive things to say, but I'd like to make sure that you guys are aware of the fact that we'd love to be able to have your suggestions, which is exactly what it says, and that all of your ideas matter, and we're gonna pay attention to them. But we'd really rather that you left the rude, slanderish, vulgar, nasty comments. We'd rather that you beat them up a bit, made them a little bit prettier, and put them in the box. Because if they're not in the box like that, they're gonna go off into a separate file. And I don't know, but one of us will probably get a hold of you and ask you to please rewrite it and resubmit. That would be great. And I'm also asking, I'm gonna ask Arlene, she doesn't know about this yet. But I'm gonna ask her, she's over there, if she would send out a bulk email to all of our members and let them know that if they're away and they'd like to make a suggestion, to email it to one of us in the subject heading, make sure you put suggestion box, we'll print it out, and then we'll make sure it goes in there for the next time we get in there and check them out. So I think that this is a positive movement in order to be able to bridge the gap between the board and the community members. I'm hopeful anyway. And I know that the one thing that we all want to do up here is make sure that we're better connected. So that's what they're there for. So now you guys have seen them, so you'll know where your suggestions go. Okay, and the other thing is, I've given the other part of this to Tracy. She has some development updates that she's gonna give us from, and so. Over.
I have Tracy's paper here.
Oh, you have Tracy's paper? Okay.
Yeah, and for comments. All right, Tracy.
Well, why don't you finish with directors first?
Yeah. Was that?
Why don't you finish with directors? If you guys don't have
Oh,
anything,
yeah.
if
Oh,
you
yeah, I
have
have
something. Sorry, Trish.
Okay, hold on, Richard. Catherine just brought up a good point too about the gate. I don't know how we can get this message out, but I guess we're gonna just have to keep putting it on the website and keep putting it in the news and views. So many times now recently that we're hearing about somebody a delivery coming to somebody's house. They never called for delivery, they didn't know why these people were at the door. I don't know how we can do this, but we have to get it out to them, everybody here. If you're expecting even a pizza, call the guardhouse. Let them know that I have a delivery of food coming in. Because anybody can take an address and go through this whole neighborhood. But there's been instances lately where, we heard where, the lady said a moving van came to her house. Well, she wasn't moving. They just got the wrong address on the wrong street and they pulled up in front of hers and she was anxious because she was there by herself. So you can imagine. Tell your neighbors, because this helps code enforcement too. This way they have everything down there on their computers. So-and-so is expecting this, not the exact time, but at least they know they're coming in sometime during that day in the guardhouse, and the gatehouse knows it. We gotta get this out because it just keeps happening and happening.
Okay, go ahead, Richard.
I don't know what you want me to comment on. What do you want me to comment on? Were you gonna talk about a deputy in Brookridge, by the way?
We did that.
I did that already, Richard.
You did, okay.
Yes,
All right. And was that for speeding and stuff like that or not?
It was too expensive, so they're looking into alternatives.
Yeah, they will come in here anyway to private roads.
Did you hear that she said they're private roads?
Yeah, our roads are private, right?
Right.
But it has to be an outside source that's licensed and everything. Can't be anybody from within our community.
Right, so this is your space for your director's report, if you have anything you want to report or talk about.
No, other than, we barely got our feet wet and we're up to our ears in the alligators with all kinds of messes that fires were trying to put out. And it's just, it's not a good situation we're in at the moment. And the more help we can get from the community, the better off we'll be. There's a lot of people in our community that are not that helpful. And I appreciate the ones that are trying to help us, are trying to help us succeed in making things run smoothly and everything. Those are the people in our community I appreciate the most. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Richard. Okay, Trace?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Linda?
That's all right, Trace.
Okay. RV compound, because of the heat in the summer months, they haven't been having their walkthroughs, so I don't have anything to report on them. Beautification did not have a meeting in July because of the 4th. They will have a meeting on the first Thursday of August, right, ladies? And to my knowledge, they're still looking for somebody that's got a pickup truck to help volunteer to water the plants. I know we don't need them this week because of all the rain we had, but there are dry times that they need help watering. And they would greatly appreciate it. Good? Okay, Tracy. We won't stop you this time.
Good evening, got it. Tracy McCumber, Unit 2. I think most of you know I am the chairperson for the Development Committee as well as the Traffic Safety Committee. And I have script here, I'm gonna read it because I just don't want to forget anything, so just bear with me. The Development Committee has been in contact with the project manager of the new construction site, the Alliance of the Grove. If everybody's familiar with the name of the project, is the Alliance of the Grove. Currently, they have met with Hernando County's utility department and are working on relocating sewer and water lines at this time. They are also doing erosion control on Cortez Boulevard. over the course of the construction, the project manager will provide us with drone coverage, so they will keep us updated. I don't know how often, but they'll actually take aerial pictures with a drone of what's going on, so we can kind of keep on top of what's going on over there. The Development Committee, in conjunction with the Traffic Safety Committee and Hernando County Public Works, we are working on developing solutions for the influx of traffic in our area due to the construction. We will continue to assess all possible options to work on trying to get some options that we might feel feasible that will help the community when this whole thing just comes to fruition. We just feel that there's going to be a lot of influx of traffic, commercial vehicles coming in and out, heavy equipment, et cetera. So we were working with everyone we can to hopefully make some of these things a possibility. And if anybody has suggestions, we're more than willing to look at those as well. And I will keep you updated to any more updates. Thank you.
Area Story Unit 6. When you guys were talking about people coming to the gate and not being, no one knowing they're coming, they're just getting addresses, I'd like to make a suggestion that we take out directories out of the lobby of the admin office, and if somebody wants them, they need to ask May at the desk. Because anybody, but May is busy, May has to step away from a desk and walk into that lobby, grab a book, may not even be a resident here, and they have access to all our phone numbers and addresses. So a safety precaution, I think, would just get them out of any place except asking for them from May. Thank you.
Yes, Richard? We're not going nowhere.
Among these phone numbers and people coming and going and everything else, Richard Stratton, Unit 3. Peter's gonna back me on this. About 8 years ago, when I was treasurer sitting in the office, he had me look at this stuff that we have here. When we had COVID up here on a Sunday, I had to go up there and grab those 19 people who were in the pool. You know how many names are legible? Take a guess. You're close. 6 names legible. And those are the people who live here. They're not following the rules. Not following the rules. One name was on there was a nickname. Now, you think that's correct? Of course not. But nobody said something about it. So I had to go into the system and find out who they were. I made 3 phone calls to one person. The phones weren't used anymore. But that's the people who live here. Not the board, not like people like guys like Peter, it's the people. I'm ashamed of that. Because I had to talk to those people, they had no idea why their phone was on the list, they weren't even there. Because the phone was discontinued, it's gone. And one more program Peter gave me, and I'll say right now very easily. You ever heard Force Mo? Okay, Force Mo. Not the guy you think of, Force, right? Force mows. I have to call your house because you don't cut your grass. Okay, stop number 2 here. Hello, John? Yeah. How are you? Your mow is not cut. Oh, I'm in Omaha. I'm his son. Phone numbers do not correspond with the people. If it's Mary Jo, I want Mary Jo's phone number, not Peter Joe. And that goes for Peter because we're the people working the office got to take care of it. And it's the people's problem, not the office, because they don't give the proper information. Period. I hate to say that. But you shake your head no.
Because I went in there 3 times to change my phone number and take someone off my lease. They still haven't done it.
Who's that?
Person in the office.
Who? WHO. Give me the name. Okay, well, let's move, I'm just giving the idea that, give it somebody else then, if they can't handle it, give it somebody else. Stop everything else.
Okay, the next, one that we have here is John. Legrec? You gotta be French, are you? I figured. Where are you from, John? Oh, see, this says John. This is John. Okay, all right, you're, want to know about the renovations with the tennis and the pickleball court area, you can address that to Vince.
I'd like to know what it is.
Name and unit number, please.
This is John Lebrec, Unit 2.
Thank you.
Okay, but I wanted to find out because supposedly this was supposed to be done this summer when the people are away. And it's starting to rain and all the soil is coming off the grass, it's going down to the bleacher part, and it's slippery. And it's cement, and Vince will probably tell you. I don't know if Billy was over there, see it, Rich will tell you, because he goes over there, and Nancy will tell you. This is big total, not to make it look good, it's very dangerous, and we're gonna have accidents. Does anybody, and the last thing I know about it, it was tabled at a board meeting here some months ago. And I always keep seeing on the agendas, no official, no finished, no finished business.
I don't think we had three bids.
Okay,
By the table.
I'd like to be able to respond to that. I've been going through the board meetings and I know I've made that abundantly clear. And I can tell you, I'm appalled because all of what I would consider unfinished business, we don't bring it forward and I'm not gonna say we don't bring it forward. I'm gonna say it has not been brought forward. So what I'm doing is going through, I'm getting all of the unfinished or like Richard and I looked at March 26th, there's no follow-up to what was taking place. So I'm making a list for Millie, Linda, Richard, so we can all have it on the business that was either never discussed again but was tabled, or things that were agreed upon to be done that weren't. That's a different list. So I have 4 lists on my dining room table. I was just telling Millie tonight. My dining room table is almost as big and it's buried. So just as soon as those lists are done, I want to give them to all of the board members and then we'll have to figure out what we do with them from that point forward. We can be responsible from today moving forward. We're trying diligently to deal with the stuff that has been left
Neglected.
left to us to be able to manage. So we're trying to move forward, plus do the business that we have to do, that needs to be done today. So we're trying to pull together the back stuff with the front stuff and move forward. So I definitely would like to see at some point unfinished business, completed business, and new business. That's the way I'd like to see it done. The problem with the tennis courts and pickleball courts, I believe that Vince was shaking his head over there, so I think he's aware of it. So maybe he'll speak to that.
I had several contractors come up there and neither one of them were apples to apples. One was 6,000, one was 38,000. Okay, so, I need to get both, well, actually all 3 of these contractors, they have it all spelled out what they're gonna do, so it's all gets done. My object is to get rid of all the pavers and go with concrete. Make it one flat surface just like the other side, get rid of that stump that's in there. Okay, and then get rid of the tables, get rid of those wooden tables that are antraps, get rid of those, just get some regular tables to sit down on. Or chairs, or benches. But it's not gonna be the same as it is now. And all that grass area, that'll be all curved all the way from the fence, all the way to the end of the fence with a high curve, so that water can't wash into the court on the side, and that'll be concrete. So, and then also on the other side of the fence, or when you walk in, that whole side will be a concrete, curb all the way about probably 20 feet down, so you don't get no more sand coming in that area. It's all being worked out. Just need to make sure all the contractors are on the same page when it gets accomplished.
Well, I'm bringing it up today because with the rain we had in a couple of days. If you go over there and go up, I call it sort of a stance that goes up the slope. It washed down a lot of sand on cement. You just slide. Even though it's the summertime, most of the snowbirds are gone, or snowbirds are gone. We still have using 3 or 4 horses, which means we have about 20 different people who are playing. And we only have like 3 tables. And I want to say about that because the 3 tables we get from the swimming pool, and they're not fit for a swimming pool. The chairs, we have 8 chairs now. They were all donated by us. It's all the plastic ones that are broke.
Okay, so
I think it's
like-
very dangerous.
Right.
And I think you've been told that many times by Nancy. Vince knows that.
Okay, so
Richard knows that.
I think what Vince is trying to make his point is that there is a huge gap between $6,000 and $38,000. So there's all different types of variables that are involved when you're doing cement and picking up all kinds of, you gotta go in there and do it right. So I think Vince is trying to make sure that he hires or finds the correct contractor to go in and do it. But he's trying to tell you how it's gonna be when it's completed, and to please be patient while we try to pull that together. And I know that it's difficult, and please don't do anything unsafe while you're over there. But, I think that Vince is doing a great job trying to figure out somewhere between $6,000 and $38,000 to make everybody, be able to go over there, be safe, and have a nice environment, play the game.
Okay, so as I'm understanding that this is looking for the contracts. So he's got approval at board to look for these contracts, obviously. So it's been approved that they're gonna do this.
It's been approved by the board previously that Vince could start looking into those, and I'm sure that this board will take a look at whatever contracts he comes up
What's
with.
that with?
Yeah, because he's had to come up with newer ones than we did 3 or 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know pickleball is coming out really fast, okay, but people also have to understand, there's no money in my clubhouse budget to purchase tables for tennis court. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
The only thing that's reserved for tennis courts is the tennis court service and the fence. And that's things like that. So, how do I get the money to buy new tables and chairs?
Well, I'm just mentioning.
I'm just asking it. It's not up to me, it's up to them. I can submit it, and it's all up to them to whether they wanna buy it or not.
It
Right.
sounds like a suggestion box idea to me, guys.
Yes.
Everybody put whatever you can in there and go look at it, okay? Thank you very much.
Can I just say something real quick? I'm sorry, can I say something real quick? Just to, thank you for Peter to remind me, and thank you, Mr. Stratton, too. A lot of phone numbers that we have, a lot of emails that we have in the office are not current, right? And I know Mr. Stratton has addressed this before, I've tried to address this before. Please update your info if you change. I know if you get a new phone, it's not your first idea, but let me run to the office to let me know the new number, you know, you're letting your friends and relatives know. But if for some reason we do need to contact you, we had a lady today, her neighbor called, and, oh, well, we need to do a wellness check, I haven't seen her in 2 days, we didn't have a phone number for this person, you know, we could have picked up the phone and said, hey, you okay? So we had to send code enforcement out. But please come to the office, update your number. The lady who addressed it earlier, if you wanna come by tomorrow, I will be there and I will put you, yes. And I will personally make sure it gets changed, okay? And then, of course, your emails too. I always get all this, not all the time, but I'm not getting the emails, I'm not getting the emails. My email is on the website. I'll tell you it now. It's recording@brookridgefl.com. If you wanna send me an email saying, hey, I'm not getting the emails to you, like this one gentleman. Well, he had tampabay.rr, but now we changed something to Gmail. So just let me know. If we don't have your information, if you don't tell us, we're not gonna know. So please, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir, all of you have, your information updated, but if you could share with your friends and neighbors that don't come to the meetings, please give us your correct updated information. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. It's correct.
Esther? Esther White, Unit 4. Going back, if you don't mind, to the gatehouse. Okay, when you guys said that, we got a delivery or you didn't deliver it correctly, if they're giving us a correct address and they're not going, or they are going to that house, but you didn't get a delivery, please, like Millie said, please call the guardhouse, because then we can justify turning them around. Because if you don't, they're gonna come to your house whether you have a delivery or not. And that poor lady that was not moving, that's scary. So in order to do that and do our jobs correctly, you have to call the guardhouse. And it doesn't matter whether you have a blank 8th century, we will ask you, do you want it permanent or do you want it temporary? And we can gladly put it on for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther.
Okay, there's just one other thing, I'd like to bring up. 4th of July, between the weather and being humid and hot dogs and hamburgers or whatever. When I left my house around 3 o'clock, I live up in the back on Admiral, there was lightning. So when I got here, I went out to the pool and there was a dark cloud past where they were gonna do the hot dogs. It was my call, seeing that weather, to say that the pool is closed until it passed. There were young kids in the pool, everybody was swimming, having a good time, but I seen the weather. I made the judgment call, I'm sorry, everybody has to come out until the weather passes. This is what we do here, safe than sorry, because I would never forgive myself if they continued on, God forbid, in that pool, and there was lightning or whatever. You can have lightning through the sun, come through the sun. So, a couple of people weren't happy with it, but you know what? I did what I had to do to protect everybody that was in that pool. That's all I can say now. Thanks. Yes, here. You want me to bring the mic to you, hon? You don't have to come over here. You sure? Yeah. Thanks, Terry.
Okay, my name is Terry Main, I'm in Unit 4. Do I now? Okay, I thought I had a big enough mouth. What you're talking about, I agree, that the people have to get out of the pool when there's lightning, because it is safety. I've been on several board of directors, and the same problem came up on every board. People don't want to get out of the pool, they get upset, try to get the kids out, and they say, it's my kids, I'll tell them what to do, and I'll let them stay in the pool if I want to. No, you can't do that. If someone tells you that you have to get out of the pool, you have to get out of the pool. What we did on the last board was we had an alarm put up, and it comes through, if there's lightning, that thing goes off. And that means when that alarm goes off, and it's within 10 miles, if that alarm goes off, people better get out of the pool. If not, they're gonna get fined or whatever. But you have to get out of the pool.
Now, I was told by a different community that they have one of those. And the minute that thing goes the second, everybody has to clear out of the pool, and anybody that's kept in the pool, or they get warned once, and then they wind up getting fined because
Yes.
they're not gonna take the chance.
Exactly.
So I think that's a great idea.
You can't take the chance with
Great
people
idea.
in
Some
like.
people just look at it.
Yes. I don't like that. We got lightning going on, nobody in the pool.
Terry Johnson, on this pickleball thing, if it's so dangerous, let's close it. That way, you do lawsuits, there'll be no danger, no one will get hurt. Seems to me like an idea. But it can get repaired. How you gonna let that
I agree with you, if it's a dangerous situation, because the weather's gonna continue on, I mean, we have showers again. Okay, Vince, is there anybody playing, not now, but like last week or the week before in pickleball?
They
Anybody,
play today.
guys? Okay, well, we guys want you to be safe, we don't want anybody falling down and getting hurt. So can you guys, until we figure out what they're gonna do, just maybe cut back a little bit until maybe we find out, because we don't want anybody getting hurt out there.
The other thing is about pickleball, chairs and tables, can you not pay for them? As a club, as an organization. We're providing the tennis courts or the courts for you. Why can't you provide your table and chairs? It's fun.
Thank you, Terry.
Do you want a microphone?
Come on, come on up.
I'm with the pickleball, and there is some tennis people. Oh, Nancy was sharing Unit 1. I'm with the pickleball, and I'm the president, and all we're just asking is to have it cleaned up, you know. We wipe the tables down as best as we can. They are old, they do need to be replaced. As the pickleball, we did give money towards the courts. And we buy things for the courts and for things that we do, okay? We just want it looking nice because there is bricks that are loose that people could trip on, and if they wanted to, they could sue Brookridge, and we don't want that, you know? So if we could just get some maintenance on it, you know, because we sweep, Jack, I don't know if he's still here or not, but, hi Jack. He sweeps all the time when he comes out there. You know, he's good with the broom, you know, and wiping things down. We have towels. I came up here the other day and got 2 towels from here, to wipe the tables and stuff. And so we are helping also, you know, with Vince, you know. We're just looking at the things that people get hurt on. Yes, we would love to have the whole thing redone, definitely, you know, we'd like to get rid of the grass, because there's a lot of ants down there. Just a lot of sand that comes down. Yes, we would love it. Vince and I have been talking, I know what he's been doing also to get us to that point. We can't get it overnight. We just know that we have to wait for Vince, so we just do what we can, you know. But to close it down, we have 80 people playing pickleball. During the season, we do. Right now, today, when we play, we had 3 courts with people sitting out. Okay, so, no, I do not want to close down. I do not want the tennis people to close down, okay? And that's true, you know. But Vince and I have been talking, he knows what we're needing, he's been down there, we have talked, and I understand that he's got a lot going on also, you know. So we're just dealing with him also. Just a little bit more maintenance on the courts is what we need right now, because we have a sandbox down there now. Yeah. You know, so that's all I have to say. No, I don't want to close down. I do it every day, so.
Thank you. Okay, next, Joanne Burns. Joanne? She left. Okay, and the last one we have is. Is the last name O'Neill? Come on up here. What's your first name? Dennis, okay.
Can you guys bring him?
No, stay here. We're gonna give you the microphone. Stay here. Just stay here. Just say your name and your unit number.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stratton. Hi, Dennis O'Neill, Unit 1. I've been here 25 years, and that probably doesn't mean not in this seat. No. I go out occasionally to use the bathroom. But I'm concerned about the speed and I want to call it Brookridge Boulevard, but it's the Speedway now to me. I live right on the boulevard, where they've just resurfaced the boulevard. I am handicapped, as you might see, and I sit in my chair and I see, wow. And I don't have a radar gun or anything like that. But I feel the responsibilities of safety might be important. And if one person, or one accident, and I know there was one a couple of weeks ago, I'm sorry, we gotta do a better job with the speed. And it starts at the guard shack. And I noticed, I mean, they had their hands full, code enforcement, and I spoke to code enforcement, I'm sorry. And I spoke to my unit rep. I know you've talked about speeding. And there's gotta be a plan. When you put the resurface on the boulevard, did anybody consider the speed? That there would be additional vehicles going in? Now that we have vehicles coming in as much as anything. All right. Sorry. It's just a matter of safety. It's gonna happen. One of our neighbors or one of our residents is gonna get involved in a speeding accident. It's 30 miles an hour. It's just, I impress that. You know how fast 30 miles an hour is? It's not equivalent to what we need. You know, it's like, when they did the Declaration of Independence, way back when, the rules have changed. I don't insist that the speed be increased, decreased. But I would like to see, and it just happens, the people who put the,
I can hear you again.
okay, they put the white stripes down, so that people will obey the solid line. Now, when I took my driver's test many years ago, that might be better. The shakiness. When I took my driver's test many years ago, a solid line did not allow you to pass. All right? That was a no-no. Now, it just happens that the solid line, I hear somebody commenting. Did they want to talk about it with me? All right, okay. My point is if we're gonna just put solid lines down on the boulevard and not enforce it, or put solid lines, and I know people have talked about, speed bumps, thank you, speed bumps before. And then I hear the story about, well, the fire department or the EMTs can't get in here with that. Whether that's a truism or false, I don't know. It's true? Is it? Yeah. So, where do we go from here? We've gotta change the speed on the boulevard. I see trucks that are coming in almost on a daily basis, and nobody is enforcing them to slow down. I know we only have so much quote-unquote enforcement, but it's getting to be where my neighbor or your neighbor is going to get into an accident because somebody is speeding. I picked up something, speeding catches up with you. It eventually does. And if we're gonna allow the speeding,
I'm sorry.
that's right, Billy.
Your 3 minutes are up.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
No, anytime, you know what, and we know exactly what you're saying, but you know what, Peter from Code Enforcement, come up here, dear. Put you on the line. Your code enforcement, you have to do with the radar on the boulevard, your people out there. Maybe we can get a better handle with our residents. Just give them your input on this, please.
I didn't hear the whole beginning of the conversation, so I'm Peter with Code Enforcement. I live in Brookridge. Unit 4. Okay, we have radar, we have a girl that does 3 on 3 off, and, she is certified with the radar, with the company that provides the radar gun. Those radar guns are calibrated on a daily basis. They're the type of radar that's used every time it's turned on, they test it and that calibrates it automatically. We have, another person who also is certified with the radar gun. She's going to be starting next week, and she's going to be doing the 3 days that the other girl is off. She's going to be doing those 3 days. So there'll be somebody there 6 days a week out doing radar. We're not going to tell you what days because we don't want you to know. No, it'll be mixed. At any given point, those during the 7-day period, there will be somebody out there at all times. We don't know what hours they're gonna be because they're gonna be scattered. So there's not gonna be any specific hours or time frame that they're gonna be out there doing radar. Yes.
What is the penalty for people who are speeding?
5 miles over the speed limit. If you go over 5 miles of the speed limit, you're going to get a violation.
Our signs say strictly enforced at 30.
Yeah, if you go over 35 miles an hour, then you get a violation. That's what I'm saying. It's 30 miles per hour, strictly enforced. All right? We can't get, if you have it at 30 miles an hour, we can't give a violation at 30 miles an hour, or 31 or 32 miles an hour. My personal opinion, I just think that's unfair. I mean, if it's 30 miles per hour, set speed, and your foot, put your foot on the radar doing 35, you should be getting a violation. And that's how we have been doing that for as long as I can remember.
You know, if the signs say 30, it's 30. If you go over, then you're gonna get a violation. What is the sense of having code enforcement, running radar, if you think that, you know, you're not gonna get a ticket? Why have signs if you're not gonna adhere to the speed limit in this community?
Okay.
And also stop signs, and also curb signs, and also, and I hate to bring this up, our golf cart people. We see the same thing. You have to have a license to run that golf cart, and sometimes, I hate to say this, but you know what, some of them are not going by the rules themselves.
Golf carts are hard to track down because
I know.
a lot of golf carts don't have any identifying tags or plates or anything on them. If you see them speeding down the road, even with the radar, there's no way, and we will, if that's what you're asking, says 30 miles an hour, at 30 miles an hour, so now, if you're doing 31 miles an hour, you're going to get a violation. For the board, so we're gonna go follow that, because that's what we're being told. So we will enforce that.
All right, thank you, Peter. Yes, dear. Wait, give her a microphone. But, I don't want her to get up.
My name is Shirley Crawford, I'm in Unit 6, and I live on Edmund Street at the very end. I see not only cars, but golf carts, I see cars speeding and don't even stop and stuff. I have never, in the 8 years I've been here, do I ever see code enforcement coming down Edmund Street, but lately they have been. I think code enforcement needs to cover more streets than just the boulevard.
With the amount of personnel that they have, there's only the code enforcement supervisor, tumor code, and then the two ladies. So you have 5 people to cover how many miles of roads in here and how many streets. Yes, they do, and you know what?
The golf carts,
Yes.
as you say, my husband almost got run over by one.
Well, we've heard a lot of instances, but I know, like I said, tomorrow we're having this meeting with our code enforcement, and a lot of things will hopefully be made better.
And if code enforcement jumps around and checks things, can they check golf carts that don't have numbers and make them go to the office? I know most carts I've ever been in before, golf carts even have to have insurance on them. Yeah, because if they hit somebody with a golf cart, who's responsible for that?
Okay, Mr. Walls? Yes.
Ken Walls, Unit 4, Peter. We've got laser guns, right, laser radar?
Yes, sir.
And there's 0 tolerance on that when they're set.
Whatever they're set, that's what it is.
Okay, why are we giving 4 or 5 mile an hour over when the sign says strictly enforced coming in? I could say give it a 1 mile an hour, but not 2, 3, or 4. You gotta slam the door somewhere to get people's attention. Yes, you're right, there's a lot of speed in there. I guess I'll leave her out.
Okay, one more, and then we're going to adjourn. Sure.
Yes, I'll be very simple. A while back, this goes back to 2014. I and a few of us members in here, we went up to the board, and we were gonna be on the sheriff's committee, go to school, have a radar gun, and protect the people living here. And I was told by the board president back then, I was a vigilante. That's the board of years ago. They wouldn't allow it for us to go out there, shoot the radar, take a picture of license plate, but we're vigilantes. That's the truth.
I'm sure it is, but we can't do that today, Richard.
We've come a long way, Richard.
Yes. Listen, why don't you go and become a sheriff? And then, I know what you're saying.
I think that last comment then, from Jerry Kraft, communication transparency about the actions and things that need to be revisited are very important. Thank you for your communication and transparency.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it's about that time, it's 10 minutes of 9. We are now closing the meeting. Motion to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor? And listen, everybody, thanks for coming out. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.
I totally